All right, so just starting with joint rotation, we'll go through those together. God, I have to really back up to be on this screen. But starting with ankle circles on one side. Oh, Don's not here, so we don't get a joke from him. But I can tell you guys the one he told us yesterday. Not all of you were here, I don't think. Reverse those and then point flex. He gave us a choice of a dirty or a clean. Somebody chose the dirty. Side to side. And then we'll get that knee up and stir the pot with the foot. Big stir and reverse. And then we'll go to the other side and start with the circle. So it's what's gray and comes by the pint. That's the joke or question. Anybody? Elephants. Actually, he may have said court. I don't know. Get that knee up and reverse. Yeah. It is what it is. I don't know if it was the funniest joke, but feet together, knees together, draw some circles, push the feet into the ground, try to like open up your ankles, shins, calves. Hey, it's Sean. And reverse. All right, then we'll go stand tall, wide legs, straight, and circle around. Bring it around and the other direction. Hopefully your hips and legs are feeling recovered from birth. So coming to a squat stance, we're going to go through 4 196 flows. So this is just kind of, I'll guide you through a nice flow. We're connecting our breathing to our movement and trying to kind of just find our body and fill with tension. So nice wide stance. You should be able to do a really deep upright squat here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge, think about your hinge. Inhale here. Exhale into your squat. Inhale here, find stability. Exhale, arms reach up. Inhale, hold, and exhale, stand. Looking for tension. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly fold. Always looking for the exhale to move. Inhale in the bottom. And exhale into your hold. Find tension. Inhaling. And exhale, arms go up. Inhale, reach for tension. And exhale, stand tall. Again, inhale here. We're going to go 2 more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling down in the bottom. You're going to exhale as you press into your squat. And then inhale here, finding tension in your squat. Wait for the exhale, arms reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, looking for length. And exhale, you stand. One more time. We inhale up. And exhale, hinge. Inhale here. Exhale into your squat. Find tension and fill on your inhale. Exhale, arms reach up. Inhale. And exhale, stand. All right, so just relaxing for a second. Hopefully that got you very connected to your tension through your squatting, but also just a good way to warm up the body and warm up the breathing. So what we're going to do next is a little bit of a mobility kind of drill test, so you can kind of play around with these movements and see where you may need a little work or what speaks to you maybe. But find a spot. I just don't want to be on the hard ground. So a carpet or a mat would be fine. And what we're going to do is just practice getting down into that squat position. And once you get down here, just really looking for active and braced. And then we want to practice maybe just rocking side to side. So you're going to like press up onto one toe and then come back to the other side. So really trying to stay pretty active when both feet are down, but then you'll rock onto mostly the toes of one side. So just kind of playing around with finding movement in the bottom of your squat. Maybe you use your arms for a little bit of leverage, but the whole time you're trying to keep a pretty strong back. If that feels really easy for you, then from there, what you can go around to do is just a little knee tap. So you'd be tapping that front knee down and then pressing back into it. So again, it's just kind of increasing the range of motion, looking for a little bit more mobility along the way. So once you try one of those, you can maybe play around with expanding into the knee taps. And then you might say like, wow, it kind of hurts on the inside of this one or the outside of that one. This is kind of your exploratory time to kind of prep, look for tension in those hips, and fight to keep the chest up the whole time. So you can take little breaks from playing around with that if you want, but the next, if you feel comfortable there or make it there eventually, would be 90-90. You're going to try to sit yourself down and then come back to standing and sit down in the other direction. I would say that when I first attempted that or ever tried to play around with that, it was pretty close to next to impossible. But as I started kind of connecting the dots of like, where am I missing my tension? Where do I lose my tension? How can I find my tension? Then they started to get better, feel more comfortable. There you go, Mike. If you're not falling, you're not trying. So from there, you can play around with that. You can also try different arm positions or hand positions. So essentially, it should be a little bit easier if your arms are out in front of you or on the ground to do the rocking back and forth, and you could still even find that knee tap. But then from there, harder would be bringing your hands behind your back and kind of opening yourself up a little bit. And then from there, even harder would be going to here. So maybe you're not ready to progress to like the very end, all squatting to one side, but maybe you master just rocking, and then you master rocking with your hands behind your back or rocking with your hands on your head. So just those alone will help you develop tons and tons of awareness and mobility in your hips that you're more in control of, rather than just kind of not knowing what you're searching for down in the bottom of that squat. So if that makes sense, I definitely encourage you to play around with that more often. Use it as like anytime your hips are tight, you can just play around with those, and they might actually help to alleviate some tightness just through finding more tension. So from there, we're gonna go into our work today. So today what we're doing is pretty basic, but it's about going slow enough to make it like really full, whole body, including your breath. You're gonna do 3 rounds through. It's gonna be 5 tempo squats, and then you're gonna do max step-ups on your right side, and then you're gonna do max step-ups on your left side. You could change the order of which side goes first, it doesn't matter, but one side and then the other. So with your step-ups, or sorry, first I'll go through your tension or your tempo squats, and then we'll go over this. So tempo squats, what we're looking for our tempo is we want 2 full breaths down. So that means you're inhaling, exhaling before you get to the bottom. Then you're going to spend 2 full breaths in the bottom, and then you'll stand up tall and you'll go again and again and again. You're going to do it 5 times total. So this is what it looks like if I'm doing a full tempo squat. It's going to be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So I'm really pushing for my breath. Then I get down in the bottom and I'm going to inhale, exhale, And then I'll stand tall. But that's just on your exhale or inhale, one of those. What I would do for your first round, look for tension in your upper body, like you're holding something, you know, squeezing yourself together, but you're not actually holding anything. So you're just using your body, looking for as much tension as you can find, kind of pressing into it the whole time, more and more tension. So then you'll do step up. So you need to have any step that's going to be not too high. We want it to be maybe knee height. Maybe that's too high for you, or maybe it's too low, but around there. So from there, after I've done my first set of 5, tempo, very slow, very controlled, then I'm going to do on my right side with no weight, just like I was holding in the squat. I'm going to do as many controlled step ups, just tap and stand. So I'm not coming down and jumping up. I'm really looking to come down with control and just press myself up. I'm going to get as many as I can on one side, then I'll shake it off, as many as I can on the other, and pay attention to one side versus the other, what you do get. After you finish one round, break for 2 minutes. You'll want it. And then we're going to do 2 more rounds. So it's up to you if you want. You could add, I did a round with a barbell in my front rack. That was enough weight for me. I didn't need to go heavier. But it doesn't mean you can't. So I did a round with my front rack. If you wanted, you could add weight to that, or you could do a kettlebell in a goblet. You could do a back rack, whatever you feel strong and connected to. Okay, so this is not for time. The only thing you need to time is just give yourself 2 minutes rest between your rounds. 3 rounds total, okay? So starting with your tempo squats. You're doing sets of 5, and it's about your breathing. Okay, so focus on 2 full breaths on your way down, and then 2 full breaths when you're in the bottom. I'm gonna use you, Elise. Yeah. Take the breath. Focus on your breathing. If your core is strong, you should be able to actually breathe while you're there. So you're breathing on the way down, you're holding in the bottom, and then come up with your chest high. And then going right back into it, think about pressing into your squat. Knees and hips bend together. So at least you're going way back. But you're not in your toes at all, you're sticking way back. So you have to think about pressing yourself down. Your toes should stay grounded. So knees come forward. There you go. Chest is up. That's good. Make sure you take your deep breaths. In the bottom, you should have those 2 full breaths. Try to focus on trying to keep your breath moving in and out. So as you're going down, it's fluidly flowing. Chest is up, Mike. Fight for the chest up. Fight for the chest up. Use your breath. Looking for tension will help. Cat's got her arms squeezed. That's good. Think about squeezing your elbows in together. Think about squeezing your pecs, holding everything tight in your upper body. Good stuff. Good. Yes. We should feel our glutes wanting to quake as you're coming down. Knees fighting to go wider, Mike. So when you get down there in the bottom, you crank your knees wide. But you need your toes on the way down. So just keep looking for tension. Once you get down there, it's chest up, wide knees. Press into the toes. Use your feet to grab the floor. That looks awesome, Steph. Chest up, Mike. That looks way better. So 5 is a lot. Fight through your 5. And then when you get through them, just a little shaky shake. Find your balance. Get ready to do one side. Commit to the full side. That means you're going to try to push through. Try to think about your breath. As you're coming down and compromising your core, you want to inhale. So when your hip is bent, you want to inhale, and then you exhale to stand tall. Inhaling down will help you create stability. And try to use your breath to help you flow. You're really pressing into the toe, looking for balance along the way. You don't want to come to a full stand and jump. No pressing off the floor. Just stay in that support foot. Driving hard. No bouncing off the ground, Sean. There you go. That one was much better. Good, Mike. Just really think about pressing your full foot into that chair. We don't want your heel to come up. So press into it. There you go. We want to think tracking the knee wide as you drive yourself up to stand. Woo! There you go, Steph. How did you get?
I only got 12.
Only, but did you feel it? Or
Yeah.
was it just off balance? Oh my goodness. I can feel my glutes just watching you guys because I did this and I know what it feels like. Just look for the control. And we're looking, it's like you're putting the brakes on with your toes. There you go, Jess found her break point. Want to go until you can't get any more on one side. Make sure you count them, and then you'll go on the other side. Get my clock on. How many did you get? You only got one side? Oh, you got 12 of both? Look at you, even Steven. So when you finish your second set, make sure you either check the clock or just look at something for reference for time. Before you start your next set, give yourself that 2 minutes, Sean. Yeah, give yourself a little break. So really focus on your breathing. So I can't unmute you, but were you really off balance, Sean? Did you get a lot more on one side than the other? Mike?
I didn't count both, but my last one I did 8, and that was definitely the maximum. So
on the other one, do you feel like you did more or less?
I think I did a little bit more on my left-hand side, but not by much if I did do more. Not by much?
Okay, cool. Try to count next time, just to see.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
Oh.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, like with my ankles, they aren't very flexible, so I have a hard time balancing and getting like my toe down there, right?
Yeah.
Getting low. So it was a good challenge, but yeah, I did about 12 that way, and I probably had to cheat a little more than I'd like to, but
yeah.
You know, it's their fault, so.
Do it, as long as you do it evenly on both sides, right? You know, like cheat evenly.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you get your 2 minutes of rest, you can get into your second set. And again, you're allowed to, if you want to, you could add weight to maybe a goblet rack. It definitely feels different to move through those slow tempo squats with a little bit of weight. It doesn't necessarily make it crazy harder. It might actually make it easier for you to find the tension to move and breathe through. So I encourage you to grab something if you want to add to a little bit of tension in your upper body. It doesn't have to be anything heavy. You can just look for something to focus on squeezing and kind of maintaining. But again, you really are looking for that fluid breath, 2 full breaths on the way down, 2 full breaths in the bottom. And I hope as you go, you start to feel like, oh, when I'm down here, that second breath puts me in a better spot, right? Like that's what we're looking for. Every time you inhale, look for more tension. Kat, how'd that go for you? I can't unmute you, but rep-wise, did you get close to even or?
Yeah, I purposely did the same on both sides.
That's not testing.
I know, but I was like, I don't know how long I can keep going. But.
Oh yeah, well you add a little bit of weight, it'll definitely be easier to find a true
max,
burnout, and you'll be able to see which one feels stronger.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, well, take your time, get that 2 minutes in, but when you're ready, you're pushing into those slow tempo squats, focusing on your breath. Your breath will help your position and your tension. Good, Mike, your chest looks good up there. Good breathing. Really focus on drawing the inhale and then right into your exhale. Fluid breath, chest is up, Mike. Keep fighting for that depth. It's like you're grabbing the floor with your feet and pulling yourself down really slowly from your hip flexors, the base of your hips, squeezing that tension in front of you. Fluid breath. Keep the breath going. Push into your toes. Keep the hips forward. Try to get close to yourself. Good, chest up. 2 full breaths from the bottom. 2. Yeah, I saw you do one. You gotta do 2. It's the second one that matters, you know? Each breath is a rep. So when you're holding it down there and you do 2 breaths, that's like doing 2 reps. So don't forget to do all your reps, Lisa. There you go, Kat. That's great tension. Chest up. Just think about your breath here, Jess. Inhaling as you come down and exhaling as you drive up. Don't jump up. Good, Denise. Fill your lungs. Yeah. And then inhale up. Good. Big. Well, you can try, right? And then you'll know that you got a 0. Did you get any on one side? Oh, okay. Maybe go down in height and work on just really trying to connect to your actual balance and glute and feeling good about actually just towing. I don't want to cheat. Yeah, but just self-push. That's awesome, Kat. Great position. There you go, Mike. Focus on trying to keep that heel down. There, better. Nice job. Like you're using your full foot here to find tension, balance, and control. Really good stuff. Try to find a little bit of a flow with your breath. Inhale, look for tension. Exhale, drive up. That looks good, Sean. Inhale down, exhale, drive, press. Awesome. Really want this to not live in your low back, guys. So you want to think about kind of maintaining your tuck under almost, if that makes sense. So when you're driving up, we don't want to think like this. We want to think like this. Drive through that. How'd it feel with weight, Steph?
It actually felt pretty good.
Yeah, the squats.
Yeah, they felt really good.
I felt like my step-ups were harder by a lot, but you get more feedback, and the squats actually felt like you're filling things easier or something.
No, I feel really good with these movements.
Good, I'm glad. It's a nice way to connect to the breath.
Definitely. I like it.
Yes, Kat. Andres is calling. I don't want to talk. Good, Kat. That's great, Kat. Nice job. Really thinking about bracing your upper body before you go, and then the whole time you're going, your upper body just stays engaged. Resting 2 minutes after your second set, and then it depends on how things felt with weight, but if they felt okay, you can play around with adding more weight. If you didn't hold anything for any of your squats, hold something light. Try to really squeeze onto it. You can try different rack situations if you've got them, but Really, it's just about putting you under different duress to find that tension within yourself. It's all good. What do you have for your squats? Squats, strength, weight, 18. Should probably go up. The squats, oh, okay. You didn't use it for that one. I could try to do this for step ups and get a couple. The small one, you mean? Oh, wait. Did you use the small one? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, yeah. It's okay if you get less of them as long as you're working for it. There you go. Nice job, Mike. Looking for tension. Keep spreading those knees wide, chest up. Yeah. There you go, Sean. Chest is up, chest is up. Fight it up. There, huge difference, right? Always keep showing me your shirt. Good, Mike. Spreading the floor, wide knees. No holding your breath. Inhaling and outhailing. Outhailing. Keep your breath flowing. If you're not breathing, you're not doing your reps. Good, Kat. You can focus on drawing in through your nose. You can purse those lips, blow out a candle as you exhale. Good, Mike. Fight for the tension. Hold the breaths. Keep fighting for breath. There you go, Steph. Find a strong core before you move. Stabilize and move with stability. You've got it. Strong, strong core. Good, Kat. Great breath. Yes, chest is up. Keep fighting for that position. Awesome reps, Kat. Nice work. There you go, Mike. Squeeze those hands together, chest up. Good, Steph. Keep the breath. Awesome work, guys. And then you can finish with a big set max on each side. Really try to look for the full burnout on each side. Go till you can't get any more on one side. And then you switch sides. Chest up, fight for it. Nice job, Sean. Here we go. Use your breathing. There you go, Kat. Working on that strong core, maintaining as you just press down and up. Nice job, Mike. Good. Keep pressing into your toes, to your heels. Try to connect to your full foot. Looking to keep lots of tension. Nice job, Kat. There you go, Sean. I like your upper body there. Nice tension. Yeah, Kat. Nice control. There you go, Steph. Good, Mike. Turn on that glute. Find your booty. Good alignment, Sean. That's great. Looks like left side's you're stronger, or you look more balanced on that side. Good, Sean. It should wipe you out a little bit. If you're going max effort, right? Max effort means that you got nothing left to give. You can't do another one. That means that you deserve a break after, right? So it should be hard work. All right. So it looks like we all got through. Oh, Steph's still going, but that's cool. She can walk it out. But let's share a little bit. Sean, how did that feel, right versus left?
So I think it might have been, so my left, my heel kept coming up. My right, I was able to keep down.
Okay. So that's why I think you looked a little more stable on your right side, because you were working to keep your heel down. So you were finding like true mobility, right? On your other side, you were letting your heel come up. So it was easier for you to find tension. But either way,
I think so.
yeah, either way, it's still good work on both of those. You know, you're getting more ankle mobility working on stuff like this too, kind of pressing into it like that.
Yeah.
And how did the squats feel for you?
You know, it's one of those things that, you know, as I was able to go through and I did the third one, I noticed there was a noticeable difference in the amount of depth and time I was able to stay down for. So that was good.
Awesome. Yeah, breathing down there in that time under tension is really where you're going to start to develop some comfortable awareness and like some confidence, you know, inside our body. We can't get comfortable or confident with any movement unless we're comfortable with it. So you're starting to just learn to do that by spending time down there. That's good. Mike, what about you? How did things feel for you today?
Well, I'm sweating.
Good.
My last round, I did the most, which was 13 right, 12 left.
All right. So you're not too far off on either side, which is good.
Yep. So just that first warm-up exercise of twisting side to side, I had no mobility whatsoever. Trying to twist side to side in the squat.
Right. So spending some time down there would be helpful. Yep. Right. And, you know, doing these squats and stuff will hopefully be helpful in getting you more comfortable down there too. It's one of those things, if you don't spend time down there, you're never going to get more comfortable. So those are great drills to be working on, even just rocking side to side. It's okay if your feet aren't fully on the ground, you know, just finding time down there to get more time and comfortable. But that's good that you're sweating and you worked on your breathing.
Yeah.
So it worked. Kat looks like she's sweating in her third floor apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Have you put your AC in yet?
I don't have AC. I need to fix my cooling fan. That's broken.
It's gonna be. I hope you get one later.
Yeah.
Third floor, you're gonna need one.
Yeah.
How did it feel though?
The squats felt amazing.
Yeah, you looked like you were just in a whole new world down there.
I was relieved to have weight because the elbows was really hard. I found in the first
Yep. I also felt like I was quaking and it was harder for me to find the tension when I didn't have any weight in my hands. Like it was like harder for me to search within myself for the tension than to have the tension put on me, I think. Yeah. But I like could notice you go into the bottom and I could see a difference between your first breath in the bottom and your second breath in the bottom. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that it kind of should be that way, right? Like you spend one full breath, okay, I'm a little into it. And one more full breath, all right, I'm a little bit more into it. So really utilizing your breath to, you know, to move into that mobility. You looked super comfortable in a good position down there. So love seeing that. Nice work. And also really controlled on your taps too. That makes a big difference. What about you, Steph?
I felt really good through that workout. I felt super connected to my squats. with and without weight. The back rack, for whatever reason, there was something pinching in my shoulder, so that wasn't the best position, which is why I ditched the weight on the third round for my. But I felt like I had more tension and a more upright back than I normally do, which felt good.
Yeah.
I'm significantly weaker on my left side, which I've always known.
But it showed up today too, right?
Yeah, I mean, the discrepancy between my step-ups weren't huge, which was great. It was like 1 to 2 reps, which was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. I felt the same way. Like, I feel like last time we tested it, we had huge differences, right?
Yeah.
And this time I was like, wow, I don't feel quite as strong maybe, but I do feel more balanced. So
I felt more balanced and I felt more connected. I definitely had to work way harder on my left side than I had to on my.
That's good though. It's good to notice and to do it, because then you'll start to tap into that a little bit. Right. So we are going to end it a little bit early, but what I'm going to say is, for homework or to like close it out, spend some time playing around with glute bridges. If you felt like you were pretty even, maybe you work evenly and, you know, work on both sides at the same time, or do equal amounts on both sides. But if you felt like you were really off, or you do know that you have one side that's stronger, spend a little bit more time just trying to connect to that glute through some glute bridges. And I don't want to say like do X amount 3 times. I just want you to really kind of look for it and fire it up, because it may take some playing around with. It may take you like pulsing at the top of your bridge rather than doing full movements. So playing around with your breath and some glute bridges before you go into a little bit of a glute stretch. So that's what I would give you as a little bit of homework. If you wanted to, you could go for a nice little walk as a cool down, but you'd probably melt out there. So either way, it is Thursday, and we'll see you all tomorrow on Friday. All right? So have a good one.